Okay, let's see. Let's see. Here you go. We're in business. We are in business. Love it. Okay. You, my friend, are all set to rock and roll.
Go to the presentation.
No, now you can just stay right where you are, stay on mute and everything, and then at 900, turn your video on, turn your microphone back on, start your presentation, and then when you're ready to get to the slides again, just share your screen to the slides and do your thing.
All righty.
All right, so we're gonna both go on mute. You got this. I personally can't wait.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I'm going on mute.
Okay. Oh my goodness, it is that time. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on our Countdown for Freedom. My name is Tanya Mazel Joseph, and let me tell you, I am so excited to be able to share some very powerful information with you tonight. You know, I'm excited for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, just because of this movement, this Countdown for Freedom movement. And I'm just so forever grateful to Mr. Holton Buggs for his vision, but also for allowing me to get on tonight or today or wherever you are to be able to share this information with you. Guys, we started last week and we had some very powerful presenters, and they were all men. Don't get me wrong, they were phenomenal. As a matter of fact, I was a little nervous to follow them, but guys, tonight is very special because this is the first night where we've had the ladies to share this information. So I am very glad to be able to represent. As a matter of fact, ladies, I want you to hashtag girl power, because as Mr. Holton Buggs said, this is an equal opportunity company. So we got to have the ladies to represent. I also want you to hashtag females for freedom. That is females, the number 4, freedom, because ladies, we know that a lot of us are in this industry of network marketing, so we got to represent, and I'm honored to be able to get us kicked off. I know so many other powerful women will follow me as well. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I am just, again, delighted, ecstatic, excited to be able to share this information with you. And as I said, last week we had a super powerful lineup of men, and they're continuing on as well. So I first and foremost have to say thank you to Mr. Holton Buggs for your vision, just for also getting in the trenches with us and sharing this powerful information, being one of the presenters. I just want to say thank you as well for the opportunity. I also have to say thank you to Mr. David Manning, CEO of Extreme Travel. It is because of you I found my freedom inside of this industry. And I also want to say thank you to you, Mr. Manning, for having the vision to allow Mr. Buggs to take this company to another level. We so appreciate that. Thank you to another presenter from last week, Mr. Peter Hirsch, and we'll hear from him again tomorrow. He really brokered the opportunity. He put Mr. Buggs and Mr. Manning together to be able to just create something that's going to completely change the industry. And guys, I've had the pleasure of speaking to this young man, Mr. T. Gray. You've seen him do some amazing things. Just present this information like a champion. That's why I'm so nervous, right? Because I got to follow these people. Mr. T. Gray being a part of that team, and also Mr. Mark Kipcart. You do an amazing job as well. So we want to say thank you to the guys for presenting some very powerful information. But tonight it is girl power. So I want to get started, guys. First of all, I want to tell my story. So I was that person who went after the American dream. And that American dream was to go to school, get an education so you can get what? A good job. I believe that so much so that I said, you know what? I'm going to continue to get more education so that I can make more money. Yeah, right. I went and got a master's degree, started working in the traditional field of the W-2 world. And I very quickly realized that the 9-to-5 life was not for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downing jobs at all. I'm just saying it wasn't for me, and I knew that. So what I did was I pursued entrepreneurship. I ended up in the real estate arena. Not only did I become a real estate agent, but I became a real estate broker, co-owner of 2 real estate offices in the Raleigh, North Carolina market. And, I was truly enjoying it. And actually, that was where I was introduced to the industry of network marketing. And I am forever grateful to Sonia Catlett for making that call to me and said, hey, I want you to take a look at something. I really only went out to look for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 was I highly respected her. She and her husband own a very large, successful printing company, and I saw the lifestyle they were living. I said, hey, success leaves clues. If she's interested, let me take a look. There is another thing that really got my attention, and they said one word, and that word was travel. So although I was busy living my American dream of business ownership, I also knew that what I wanted to do with my wealth or my money was to be able to travel the world. So all of that made complete sense to me. Got involved in the industry, guys, and I have just fallen in love with it, because one thing about this industry for me, it marries 2 things. It marries my love for educating and empowering and helping people, along with having the ability to earn some very powerful income. So that is my story, guys. I am here, been in this industry now for 11 years. I can't believe it. Time goes by really, really fast, but 11 years I've been in this business and I have had a ball. And I'm telling you, I'm buckling up my seatbelts because this movement of Countdown for Freedom, guys, we are just getting started. So I'm going to get started into the presentation. So let me make sure that you can see my screen. Technology, hopefully you can see that. Countdown for Freedom. It's a movement. You know, it's interesting because I was thinking about that word freedom. The reason I was thinking about freedom is because every year I have a theme or a mantra for the team that I've been blessed with. Last year, that mantra, that hashtag was focused on freedom. That was it. And now Mr. Holton Buggs come up with this movement of Countdown for Freedom, right? There's that word. And, you know, I was thinking today about, you know, what is freedom? What does that mean for me? And I want you guys to also think, what does freedom mean for you? Now I'm going to share with you what freedom means for me. For me, freedom is about having time and money together. A lot of times people think about just financial freedom. Guys, I want that time as well because time is something very precious. We'll never, ever, ever get that back, right? So for me, I want the time and the money together. It's not fun when you're making the money, but you don't have time to enjoy it. It's not fun when you got all this time in the world, but you don't have any money to leave your city block, right? And so that time and money together is something that truly is freedom for me. Here's another thing that's freedom for me, having options in life. Options. See, I remember that day that I was able to walk into the office of my business partners, to walk into a meeting, and I had just made the decision that while I enjoyed real estate and helping people, and by then, guys, we had gotten a major government contract. We were listing so many government foreclosures. We were really, really busy. The money was coming in, but guess what? I just wasn't happy anymore. And because of that, I walked into that office. I said, you know what? I want you guys to buy me out, because I had the option to be able to do that, because at that point, I'm now bringing in 6 figures residually because of this industry. See, I know that there's so many people out there who they wish they could go back to school. They want to start their own business. They want to do something else, but they feel that they don't have any options. I feel like this industry positioned me for my freedom. And again, my freedom is about time and money together. Before I turn 70, I'm not waiting until I retire. I want it now. Who said you can't have your cake and eat it too? But then also options. So as you look at this information, I want you to ask yourself, what does freedom mean for me? And can this movement help me get there? So guys, let's get started. Now it's time for network marketing to evolve. See, let me say this before I continue on. See, network marketing is an amazing industry, but unfortunately, it gets a bad reputation. And the reason it does, you have so many people, they get excited, they invest their money, right? And they come in and they forget about the work part of network marketing. They think they're going to get in and it's going to be get rich quick, really quick. And when they're not rich within 3 months or 6 months, they quit the business. That really hurts my heart, because I know when you stick and stay, you get your pay. When you work, it works. And then that really just puts a bad light on the industry, because people then say the business doesn't work. No, you didn't work the business. I am living proof that this business works. But there's also some ills within network marketing, some things that Mr. Buggs was able to identify. And he said, you know what? Even though I've been very successful in network marketing companies, if I had to do it all over again, I would be able to really help the industry to evolve. And so we have all those, questions or challenges figured out, and we've rolled it into this movement, this network marketing company, which, by the way, the name is going to be revealed next month. Countdown for Freedom is just our movement, but we're inviting you to join that. Now, here's the vision. The vision is first-class consumer experience. Now, understand we said consumer, because network marketing is about people distributing a product or a service. right? And so if you're doing that, then that means there are consumers involved. Well, we want to create that first-class experience. And we're also want to really share something called PRIB, a perpetual residual income builder. And those who know me know I'm a words person, right? When we think about perpetual, we think about something not ending. And residual income, I love that word so much, guys. I put it on the license plate of my dream car, Porsche Panamera, that I purchased because of this industry, residual on my license plate, right? And so how about positioning yourself to receive a perpetual residual income? You have the opportunity to do that with this business. Now, here's the old model of network marketing. Customers pay more, because what we look at is a way, again, to be able to distribute that product and service. And let's be honest, a lot of times that product or service, we're paying more for it than we typically would. Why? Because it's our sister, it's our cousin, it's our coworker, it's our brother, and we really want to support them, right? So a lot of times that product is higher. The customer pays more money. Here is another ill of the industry. A lot of times, let's be honest, only the strong recruiters win. Because when you think about a sales force, right, more people, more reps, more people distributing the product, more money to be made. And so traditionally, we see only people who can recruit really earn the high incomes. But guys, let's be honest. Most people, the overwhelming majority of people, are not going to be the big builders. Well, guess what? We have a new model. And this new model is so powerful, guys. It blew my mind. It pays to be around visionaries like a David Manning, like a Holton Buggs, because I'm telling you guys, we got this figured out. It is genius to me. You get to make money when customers save. I'm going to let you guys marinate on that. I'm going to take a drink of water as you do. One more time. Make money when customers save money. Now, guys, this is a different thing. We don't now have to go back to, I know you're going to pay a little bit more, but you know, I need for you to support me. No, we're going to position people so that they are saving money. Now, how will we bring this vision to the world? It all starts with one word, and it's travel. Remember, that was one of the reasons that, or one of the things that really attracted me to the industry. It was that word travel. Now, let's talk about travel, because we're talking about you being able to go into a business that involves travel. Now, even back when I knew that 9 to 5 wasn't for me, and I was thinking about what industry could I go in as it relates to business ownership, entrepreneurship, I have to be very transparent. It wasn't travel. It wasn't. I didn't think about it. But now that I see how powerful it is, it's like, wow, why wouldn't I go into the travel industry? I mean, I wanted to travel the world, right? It is an $8 trillion industry. And it's not too often that we hear the word trillion. Okay, we hear it, student loan debt, US deficit. Also now Apple is $1 trillion company, and then travel. We don't hear trillion that often. As a matter of fact, guess what I did prior to being an entrepreneur? I was a teacher and I taught math, and we didn't talk about $1 trillion anything. As a matter of fact, we stopped with the place value up to millions. Remember place value? Come on, I know I'm not showing my age. Ones, tens, hundreds, that, you know, right? $1 trillion is that massive. As a matter of fact, as a math teacher, I never even thought about how many zeros were in $1 trillion. But I got into this industry and learned that there are 12 zeros and $1 trillion, guys. That's how large the travel industry is. Now let's take a look at some of these continents and the statistics on travel. Asia, $6 billion a day. Did you guys, B as in boy, or B as in billion, $6 billion, that's $70,000 a second. Europe, $4.8 billion a day, $55,000 every single second. The US, $2.8 billion a day, $32,000 every single second. Latin America, you're talking about almost $1 billion a day. Africa, $500 million a day. So you ask, why get into the travel business? This is the reason why, guys. Facts tell, numbers don't lie, right? And so this is a great reason to get into the travel industry. Now, let me educate you. As a former educator, I love empowering people with knowledge. Did you realize that there are really only two companies that monopolize the entire travel industry? That's Priceline and Expedia. You might say, Tanya, I don't see Priceline. Booking Holdings bought Expedia Priceline. So basically it's Priceline. So did you realize this? Did you realize that Priceline also owns Booking.com, Rentalcars.com, Kayak, Agoda, and even a restaurant app called OpenTable? They are worth over $58 billion. Now let's take a look at Expedia. Expedia also owns Travelocity, Orbitz, Trivago, Hotwire, and Hotels.com. They're worth over $70 billion with a B dollars. Now, I know you guys realize, and I'm sure you've done it yourself, when you go online to look for travel, you're going from site to site to site. What are you looking for? You're looking for savings, right? You're looking for who can give you the best deal. Well, check this out. Do you understand that when you go to Expedia and then you compare that price on Booking.com, that you're really comparing the price of the same company? Or if you go to Orbitz and then you go to Travelocity, think you're doing something, right? Well, basically all you're doing is comparing the price of the same company. These are not travel companies, guys. They are marketing companies, and they do a great job playing mind games with you, whereas you're going from site to site to site to site. You think you have all of these options, and guess what? It's the same company. See, there's something called parity. Parity is maintaining consistent rates online for a specific product or service, and here we're talking about travel. So of course they participate in parity. They also participate in markup. And you know who the markup is passed on to, right? Well, let me tell you something. Extreme Travel, they figured it out, whereas we pass the savings on to you. You have access to your wholesale travel booking platform. Now get this. You have a travel engine, whereas you get up to 70% off of retail prices. Guys, say savings. I want everybody to put in the chat savings. I want you to put it all caps. I want you to put like 10 exclamation points behind it, because you know what? You like to save. You like wholesale. You know how I know? Because so many of you guys, you got a Costco, you have a BJ's, you have a Sam's Club membership because you want the best prices and you want wholesale pricing, not retail. That is what you get with our booking platform. On top of that, you get to earn travel bonuses for referring travel to Extreme. So imagine somebody calling you saying, hey, I want to take my family on a cruise. And let's say you're not in position to be able to book that. You can refer it to Extreme Travel. They will book it for you and they will send you 25% of the commissions. Now, let me tell you why I can relate to this. You know, people often say, Tanya retired from the real estate industry. No, I didn't. I didn't retire. I'm just not doing the day-to-day, putting signs in yards, managing a group of agents. But anytime someone picks up that phone and they call me, because I've been in real estate for so long and they're still calling, guess what I do? I refer it to another agent. Let that agent do the work, and I sit back and wait for that referral check. Makes sense, right? Also, enjoy highly discounted and exclusive experiences and member trips. Also, there's an optional travel agent opportunity. You're talking about over $8 trillion of travel inventory all online at your fingertips. Now, guys, understand we're not like those other companies. We are a real host travel agency. And what you're looking at right here, I like to call this is the Oscars of the travel industry. And you see how many Oscars we have stacked up here. And what I like to tell people is this really is our stamp of credibility on who we are. Because as you can imagine, in business and in sales, it's all about sales volume, right? So as you see these awards and accolades, understand that that means we are booking a lot of travel for these travel suppliers to give us their award, right? First and foremost, you see FunJet. FunJet is very, very near and dear to my heart because when I got married, I had a destination wedding. I picked up the phone, I called FunJet. They were able to assist me with booking the travel for the guest at my wedding. So I was able to book the resort stay, the flights, the transfers, and travel insurance. I was able to book As an agent, FunJet helped me to do that. And guess what? I came back from Playa Mujeres with an amazing husband and a commission check over $5,000. Guys, you can't tell me that travel doesn't really have its privileges there. Carnival Cruise Lines. I'm sure everybody on this line is familiar with Carnival Cruise Lines. Well, guess what? We've received their Pinnacle Club Award. We booked a lot of Carnival cruises. And while I'm here, since Carnival Cruise Lines is very familiar to most people, let me ask you this. Do you think the team of attorneys at Carnival Cruise Lines would allow them to do business with us, Extreme Travel, if we were not a credible and reputable company? The answer to that is no. And so what I want you to know is that while you may not have ever heard of Extreme Travel, understand this. They're companies that have a lot to lose, that have done their due diligence. So they've really taken that research, which is AKA Google for you guys, right? They've really taken the research out of it. And again, more accolades. We're part of the Royal family with Royal Caribbean. We're part of the President's Club with Norwegian Cruise Lines. You can see we're a Diamond Elite agency. We were with Delta between 2013 and 2018. The list goes on and on. But I also want you guys to note that we are a premier diamond agency with CLIA. CLIA is a highly esteemed travel trade organization. Well, get this. Lori Spears, our director of travel for Extreme Travel, sits on the board. Enough said. Guys, we are a very powerful travel host agency. Now, let's talk about this booking engine that's going to give you access to wholesale pricing. See, I know that the proof is always in the pudding, and we have some proof here for you. So, this particular hotel in New York, a 4.5-star hotel on Expedia, was found for $333 per night. On our booking engine, $178 per night. That's a savings of over $161 per night. Will you take it? If you will, I want you to put in the comments, I will take it. Guess what? You can even then at that point stay an extra night because of the savings that you have. Let's take a look at another one. Guys, you're talking about Travelocity, $440 on our booking engine, $130, a savings of $310. Now understand this. We are comparing apples to apples. We're talking about the same hotels, we're talking about the same dates, and we're also talking about the same room category. And did you notice at the bottom where it says we're the first travel booking site to accept Bitcoin? Yes, absolutely, guys. You're talking about visionaries with this company. Now, let's see some other examples. Rentalcars.com, a particular car rental, $392. On our site, $221, a savings of over $170. I mean, guys, come on. How much more do I have to show you? But I'll continue to show you more if you want to see more. Hotels.com, $12.15 on hotels.com. For the week, because, guys, we have weeks as well, $712 on our booking engine, a savings of over $500. Can you say cha-ching? You guys know how to spell that. Put cha-ching in the comments because I'm telling you guys, savings is the new earnings. Now, here's my question. Before I do that, here's some other examples. As a matter of fact, you know what? I pulled up my very own examples today. These are some very powerful examples here, but guess what? I've been using this wholesale booking engine for like over a year now, and I was able to go back today. I said, you know what? I see the savings that people are getting. Let me go back to my savings and pull up some of them. And I found, let me see here. This was to Playa Mujeres. And this was actually the resort where we got married. And year before last, not this past New Year's Eve, but I guess 2017, going into 2018, at the very last minute, my husband and I said, you know what? We need some vitamin C, SEA, and some vitamin D. So let's just go over to Mexico just for a few days. And we went to Playa Mujeres. I was able to find the exact same resort where we got married. And guys, I know you can't see it. Yeah, I know you can't. But it says a savings of $547.10, and we earned $3,700 in reward credits. Let me go to the next one, right? I'm just scrolling right along. Let me see what happened to it. Of course, my phone okay, let's see. Oh, this was a good one. So we had to go out to LA. Really, it was like a 24-hour turnaround. I know, don't ask, LA, 24 hours, East Coast to West Coast. It was a lot, but check this out. We needed a rental car for one day. Went to my wholesale booking engine, found a car. Guys, I'm telling you, I can send it. If you don't believe me, I'll send it to Holton Buggs, but it is a rental car from Alamo, full size, $12.87. I mean, I want you guys to comment hashtag drop the mic, because you can't beat that. Now I'm going to go to the screen and I'm going to go all the way down to the end to show you that Mr. Holton Buggs, guys, he's also booking on this site, because guess what? People with money, they want to keep their money. They want to save too. And I see that Mr. Buggs is using his site. He saved $1,589 and he received reward credits as well. And I see that he went to Cabo. I just came back from Cabo, like a week ago. Amazing place. But Mr. Holton Buggs as well, somebody making millions of dollars per month, wants to save as well. Now, guys, we're just talking about the benefits from hotels to rental cars to cruises to flights. Now, one thing that they've been sharing as a disclaimer is that you're really not going to find a lot of discounts on flights. But as I was going through all of my my travel savings that I booked, my bookings, I saw that there were a couple of flights that I booked. Now, while it didn't show a savings, I do remember that the prices were competitive, and on top of that, I received reward credits, and I thought I had pulled one up. Did I? Yes, this says flight, and I paid $15.35. I think it was for 2 flights, but I got reward credits. I got reward credits for over $1,700 in reward credits. So again, if the price is comparable, you can book the flights, get the reward credits, because reward credits will accumulate and you're able to use to defray the cost of travel in the future. Again, homes and weeks and marketplace. Timeshare owners are able to sell their weeks up here as well. Guys, you're just talking about so much more, from shore excursions to theme parks to, you guys like playing golf. I know a lot of the guys like to golf. Wine club, gift cards, restaurant savings. My husband is a big foodie, and while he doesn't care how much he spends on food, I do. And so that's definitely a benefit. Worldwide tour, so much more. But watch this. With this site, there's a price guarantee. Find a lower price online or on any other site and they will refund you. This is crazy. 110% of the difference. I mean, guys, let me tell you something. I've been using the benefits for over a year, and it never ceased. I mean, just to amaze me at the savings. Again, savings is the new earning. Now, here's the question. Do you boomerang? Do you boomerang? Now, what is that? Now, keep in mind the wholesale booking engine I just shared with you. Keep in mind, we talked about how to make money off of people that you know saving money. So keep those 2 things in mind. So first of all, you get to share 50% of the savings with family and friends. Don't you care about your family and friends? Don't you love your family and friends? Well, guess what? I'm sure you want them to save, and you get to share in those savings with them. So the customers will enjoy 50% of the available savings, and then you also get the other 50% of the savings, goes into the compensation plan, and then you receive the savings back in cash. So really, when I was looking at this before, I said, you know what? It's a win-win. I said, it's a win-win, because as the TSA or the business owner, you win because you're getting 50% of the savings back in cash, not points, not sky miles, not just real cash money. Okay. But then, of course, the customer is going to get the benefit too, because they're saving. And then watch this. The company got to make money. The company also receives 50%, receives money back in the compensation plan. But when I talk about the company, as Mr. Holton Buggs shared, we are the company. I love his concept. He said, I'm not the owner. We're all owners. So that other 50% of the pot goes back into the compensation plan. So guys, everybody wins. So the question is, do you boomerang? The reason we call it a boomerang, because you're able, you guys know the boomerang toy, right? That you throw out. Okay, so you throw it out and what happens? It comes right back. So what are you throwing out? You're throwing out that wholesale booking engine to people that you love so that they can save 50% of the savings, right? And then it comes back to you in the form of cash. So that's why we call it boomerang. If you boomerang, you plan to boomerang, I want you guys to say, I boomerang in the comment section. Now, let me really break down for you how that works. So, as the TSA, which stands for Travel Savings Ambassador, that's the business owner, we have a boomerang site. And of course, we're able, well, it's not boomerang, I'll take that back. We have a member site, and the customer site is considered the boomerang, right? And so the difference is the TSA member site, the savings will be higher. The boomerang site, they still get savings. They're still guaranteed the lowest public price out there, but it's 50% of the members' savings. So let's take a look at this example. As you can see at the top, say 70% for the member site. And if you come down looking green, green is for money, right? Cha-ching. So the savings here, this is the exact same booking, $3,399. But when you look at the customer boomerang site, their savings is $1,699.50. That's half of the member site. Well, watch this. They are not, as the customer, going to be able to see what our savings is as the member. They're excited about the $1,699.50. I promise you that. When they're able to save that amount, they are excited, right? And so what happens though, because you have given, you've given, you haven't sold, they don't pay anything for it, it's zero for the customer. So when you give them that and they book it, they save $16.99. Guess what? Half of that savings come back to you as the TSA member of $849.75. Guys, that's amazing cash that you get. And do you understand this concept? Guys, this is ridiculous. The concept of giving somebody something and you making money on what you have given to somebody. I want you guys to put in that chat, game over. So you're really able to see how that boomerang works. Now, let's go through some customer acquisition models. And let's start with the conservative. Let's say that you have 10 customers. Each one of those customers, they take one trip a year. We got to go with the low end average savings of $600 because I actually started adding up my savings today from my wholesale site. You know, I just stopped, you know, because it was just so much that I was adding up and I had to do something else. But guys, trust me, this is very conservative for an average savings of $600 for the year. And so if you have those 10 customers taking only one trip per year, that's a total savings of $6,000. Well, the question is, will you take that $3,000? Because remember, you're getting half. You're getting 50%. What will you do with that $3,000? Will you go on a vacation? Will you maybe pay down some debt or a credit card? Will you put it in savings to start that much needed savings account? Let's look at another model. Let's look at a more moderate model here. So let's say that you have 100 customers and you're not going to tell me that it's not doable, because it is. One trip per year, average savings of $600, total savings $60,000. So you guys know the simple math, right? 30 grand in your pocket. You have not sold anything. You've given away these wholesale booking sites for people to use. OMG. As a matter of fact, put that in the chat. OMG. Now, let's look at a more aggressive model, because there are some people out there that's going to do it. They say, wait a minute, I can give away sites and earn money. Game over. Let's say you have 1,000 customers. They take one trip per year, $600 still in savings. Guys, I know this number's blowing your mind, right? When I first saw it, I was like, no way. $600,000 in total savings. Yep, you see it coming. You know it's coming. Will you take $300,000 just until times get better? I know that's not a lot for you guys, but will you take it? Will you take it? Answer me, yes or no. Will you take that? If you will, say, I will take that. Now, let's take a look at building a team. I get so excited My voice gets scratchy and dry. I mean, I just can't help it. I've been talking about this business all day long. So this is really a build-up, but I had to be right for you guys. Okay, so let's say if you choose to build a team. Remember, up until this point, I haven't talked about you building a team at all. Not at all. But let's say if you want to, it's optional. Up until this point, these are all customers paying nothing. But if you choose to build a team, because I know some of you guys out there want to build a team, I know some of you out there already have teams, but let's say if you have a team of 1,000 people, again, going with that model, we're sure everybody can get at least 10 boomerang customers, right? So at this point, you're talking about 10,000 customers taking one trip a year. We're still at the $600 savings. Now, guys, the customer volume that goes into the compensation plan is 12,600, but check this out. Because these are not all of your personals and it's a combination of your team, remember you're not getting 50% of the savings or 100% of that 50% because it's your team. So we're going to say it's about a 10% override of the entire team. Do you understand that's $1,260 per day? You guys thought I was going to say per month, right? No, per day. That is $37,800 monthly. Will you take $500,000? Will you take it? Yeah, I'm sure you will. And this is if you choose to build a team. Now let's leave from conservative. Let's go to moderate. So let's say you have a team of 10,000 people, again, each one having about 10 customers. From that point, you're talking about 100,000 customers. Guys, I want you to see, look over to your left, $11,000 per day, $345,000 per month, 4.1 million annually. See, you know, I've had high hopes and dreams once I realized really the power of network marketing. But it wasn't until like a month or so ago that I realized, oh my goodness, I am now in position to truly make millions. And guess what? That might not be what you want, but that's fine. Whatever it is that you're looking for, remember, for your freedom, I hope that you can see that it is possible. But let's go for the aggressive, because I know we got some people out there that were like, show me some more money. If you're that person and you want to see some more money, say, show me some more money. Okay. A team of 100,000 people, of course, having about 10 customers each. You're talking about 1 million customers. Let's talk about $115,000 per day. See, some of you guys, you can't even fathom. But guess what? There's somebody out there making that amount of money. And I've always believed that what one man can do, another man can do. Guys, don't put yourself in a box. You know, with this business, one thing Mr. Holton Buggs, he promised us, he said, I'm going to put you in an environment, right? I'm going to take you out of the fishbowl and I'm going to put you into that ocean. And I want you to see how big you can grow. Well, guess what, Mr. Buggs? I am the student. I'm looking to see how big I can grow and help other people as well. Because the beautiful thing about network marketing is that it's not just about being successful, but it's about being significant and helping other people. That payout, $115,000 per day. Talking about 3 million monthly. How about 41 million for the year? I will take it all day long. Guys, we are in pre-launch. We're taking pre-enrollment applications, so you truly have the opportunity to be a part of the movement now. We have lots of synergy. We have a lot of energy. I'm telling you right now, Mr. Buggs is doing presentations. We don't know how long that's going to last, but wouldn't you want your business partners to be able to hear, or your future partners to be able to hear from an industry icon and the amazing team of people that's sharing this opportunity? So you can be a part of that fast start money up front. And this kind of spells out the plan for that fast start money, which will not be always. And as you can see, there are different packages that you can choose from. So I'll share it with you. You can go on standby for $49.95. Anybody ever flown standby at the airport, right? You're positioned to fly, which means you have a particular ticket in your hand. You've gone through TSA. You're at the gate. You are positioned to fly. So we want you guys to be positioned to fly in this opportunity. Our reveal, and we don't launch until March the 11th, but you can get positioned. What do? You get that one boomerang customer site that will go live on March the 11th. You get 5 boomerangs to send 25% referral commissions. Remember, I talked about the power of that. You get an I Decide interactive presentation. I love the fact that they're going to market and help us market this to our customers, and a travel savings ambassador online management system that you can go on standby and get positioned today. Now, the different packages, you're going to start off coach class with that iGo. That's our wholesale travel booking engine. The iGo booking engine, you get hotels, flights, and rental cars, and you get 10 boomerangs. And the money that, you know, that pays out in travel bonuses, you're able to get 50% of that. You know, some of you like to fly business class. And if you want to fly business class, you get hotels, flights, rental cars, plus cruises on that iGo booking engine. You also get 25 boomerangs. That's more, right? More opportunity for more money. And you get 100% of what the payout can be on the sites for the boomerang. And if you're like me, you like to fly first class. Because have you ever gotten in first class? You get on a little bit earlier, right? The seats are a little bit wider. You know, they're leather, they're comfortable. They recline back a little bit further. You get drinks and snacks before the flight even take off. Yeah, that's first class. So you get everything I mentioned with the iGo, guys, including marketplace, lifestyle homes, timeshare. You get 50 boomerangs, and you too get 100% of the savings. Now, there's a dual team payout. And from coach, that's 10%. That with business class is 12%. And I'm telling you, this is why you need to get positioned with the standby cost of $49.95, because now for a limited time, you will be a part of the Founders Club and for a year. And instead of getting 15%, you get 20. Okay, I want you guys to chat. More money, more money. Put that in the comment section. So guys, how do you get started? You get back with the person who invited you on, join the team, get positioned, because I'm telling you guys, whether you fly coach, business, or first class, we're taking off. And guys, we're going to soar to some amazing heights. I'm telling you, you saw it. Don't be in the room and miss it, right? Don't miss the plane. Well, as I share with you guys, we're having pre-launch calls. Pre-launch enrollment. You have the opportunity to be positioned. We started this on February the 18th, and today is what, the 25th, right? So we're rocking and rolling, and we're leading up to a lot of very powerful events. First and foremost, we have the VIP liftoff party. Our brand reveal is going to be on Friday, March the 8th. I am excited that I was able to get invited to Mr. Holton Buggs' house. I'm telling you guys, I got to see this 28,000 square feet. I got to see it. I got to go in it and feel it, right? Because Mr. Holton Buggs is helping us to dream again. But then on March the 9th, that Saturday, we have a liftoff event, our Global Opportunity Day. That is for everybody. We have people coming on planes, trains, and automobiles, flying from different countries as well for this event. And T. Gray is helping me out. He's going to post that information so that you can have it. Get your tickets, because we will sell out. The ticket cost is, I believe, it's $39. And guys, everybody needs a ticket. This movement is that powerful. And you want to get your guest in the room, invest in that ticket for them, get them in that room. I'm telling you, I don't even live in Houston, but guys, I already bought some tickets, and I plan to have people in the house. And then on March the 11th, all systems are a go. Whatever package you choose. See, when you get signed up at standby for $49.95, you go on standby. You get to pick a package when you pay that $49.95 that's billed immediately. And then on March the 11th, whichever package you chose will be billed on this particular day. The sites will be up and running. Guys, we will be ready to move forward. And then let me tell you something. We're really soaring. See, I love when I'm on that airplane. And one of my favorite parts is when we're on that runway in the beginning and we start to build up speed, so much speed that the plane lifts off the ground with ease. That's what's going to happen with this business. Trust me, you don't want to miss the plane. We're going to be on a mission, and our mission is 10K within that week, but I know we're going to exceed that because, guys, this is a global opportunity. This is not whatever country you're sitting in right now. This is a global opportunity that you do not want to miss. And as a matter of fact, Houston is not waiting until the 8th. They're actually going to go ahead and start off with a meeting this Thursday. I believe that's February the 28th, if I have that right. If not, Mr. Gray, please make sure that you post that information so they'll have the right information. So that's going to be in Houston, Texas, this Thursday. And again, we have the reveal kickoff event on March the 9th. And you get the opportunity, go ahead and get in position, right? So that you then can share the launch calls with other people to go ahead and get people starting to be in position. And tomorrow, guys, tomorrow, this gentleman, I'll call him the connector. He's the ultimate networker. I mentioned him from the beginning, Mr. Peter Hirsch. He is going to be the one to share the pre-launch call tomorrow at 11 Central, 12 Eastern time. So make sure that you get your guest on. And there will be another one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you want to get your people on. So have you thought about that question I asked you? And that question was, what does freedom look like for you? So you've had about 40 minutes now to think about it. And I also want you to think about this. Can this business help you get there? And see, this industry took me exactly where I wanted to be. I thought it was going to be the degrees. I thought it was going to be the traditional business, but it was this industry. And I know that now this movement is going to take me so much further into freedom. I know I'm not even going to be able to believe it myself. So the question is, can this business help you with your freedom? Guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for the energy. And I hope that you guys decide to join us. And I look forward to meeting you, because I know if you join us, I'm going to see you either at the bank or one of the beaches of the world. Have an amazing night.